Maybe if indeed it was made in a laboratory and released accidentally or otherwise, we'll get some of the people to do something about it. We'll be back. Well, coming down to the end here, giving the Malachi Martin CDs out when you subscribe or renew your After Dark newsletter, just about a week or so left. So take advantage of it. Call 1-888-727-5505 to get After Dark and the free CDs, or go online at coast2coasttocoastam.com. And welcome back to Coast to Coast. I'm George Norrie. We're with Gary Ridenour this hour. Next hour, Stephen Quayle and Alex Jones joins us. So let me ask you this, Gary. If a vaccine is made in the next several months, are you going to get one?
I didn't get the regular vaccine because it was only 50% efficient. Quite frankly, I think I would wait until I see the side effects. The 1976 swine flu vaccine, I got that, and it knocked me down for 10 solid days. So I think I personally would watch the vaccine to see what it's doing. The vaccine now for HPV virus for women to prevent cervical cancer had 4,000 side effects and a number of women paralyzed from that vaccine. So personally, I would wait to let it shake out to see if the vaccine is going to work.
There's another thing I find weird. Why are most of the deaths, almost all of them, in Mexico and no other place?
Well, the Mexico, for one, you're looking at a country that there's 22 million people in Mexico City alone. They live very close together. Sanitation is not that good, so it's a great place to hatch a virus out of. Mexican, customs and the way they think is you go to the hospital to die. So a lot of these people probably stayed home a long time or just died at home.
Yeah, but, I mean, we've had 44 reported cases in this country, right? Right around there? Nobody's died yet. In Mexico, they've had their 1,000, but they've had 149 die already. I mean, to me, it's almost as if, I don't know, it's just strange.
And it also depends on, there's a sub-blood type called the GM blood type, and the GM blood type tends to dictate how hard the virus will hit you. So certain genetic makeups are hit harder than others. Even in the United States, some people will get the flu and then they're okay in a day or so. Other people are knocked down for a week or two.
Robert sent me a fast blast, by the way. He said, George, your mathematics, it's all wrong.
I knew that was coming up.
Of the 3,600 people who are dead, it's not 18%, it's 1.8%. But he's wrong. It's 36,000 people who die from the flu. The 18% is correct.
Well, it's you may have to play with the numbers some more. That start with 280 million people. And
that's scary.
Then take the death, the number infected from that, and we're moving. We got decimal points sliding all over the place, but it's still not. I mean, anyone dying is unneeded is not good in my book.
Let's take some phone calls with you this hour, Gary. Heidi in Aurora, Colorado, first-time caller. Hi, Heidi.
Hi there.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you for your show. It's awesome. I was wanting to address the fact that, just mention how they have been pushing vaccines of all kinds in advertising lately. And now we have this big scare with this pandemic coming, for which they will probably create a vaccine. Do you have concerns about, or do you think there are other things being put into these vaccines that we're not aware of?
Well, I think that the problem is that with this vaccine, there is a federal law that was put out a couple of years ago that in a case like this allows the federal government to circumvent the FDA and put the vaccine out on the market right away. The FDA just did that today, I think, by saying that, Tamiflu is good for anyone over the age of 1, and let's go and use it. So what we're looking at is that with this one, if we get a vaccine, it's not going to go through FDA testing or anything else. It's going to be slammed together and thrown out on the market.
Okay, thanks, Heidi. Bob in Hartford, Connecticut, your turn. Hey, Bob.
Hi, George.
Sure.
My question, I have two questions. One question is, of the people in the U.S. that have caught the flu. Has anyone caught the flu from people that have caught it in Mexico and come back with it? I mean, are there any secondary cases that from people that had caught it?
Yeah, that the transmission in New York City was definitely. There are some others that got the flu. A very good case is a person flew into Wichita, Kansas, a couple of days ago, and from Mexico, and gave it to the person they live with, and so there was a direct, a straight contact to it. What we're going to see also is that these people that are sick on the planes, they probably contaminated other people on the planes that are in other places right now, starting to come down with the flu, and they go, well, I didn't go to Mexico, but, geez, they got on an airplane with somebody who just came from Mexico. So the answer is yes, person-to-person transmission. That's why the World Health Organization has now kicked it up to level 4, which is evidence of increased human-to-human transmission.
Okay, next up. Where's Donald Rumsfeld these days? Do you know?
No idea.
Well, he was the chairman of a company called Gilead, which owns the rights to Tamiflu.
Yeah, I remember something about that, a conflict of interest.
I don't think he's there now.
There was some noise about that a while ago.
I'm pretty sure he's long gone. He was there. He resigned and joined the Bush administration, of course, and I don't think he went back. But that company has the proprietary rights to Tamiflu, I believe.
That's a possibility. The main company is in Europe, and for a while
it was Roche originally.
Yeah, and then there's somebody else who's got. Yeah, I think it is Roche. It's kind of bounced around right now, and the biggest thing is that we're in a period that is the greatest threat to mankind in the history of the world.
Next up, I just want to get to the bottom of this, don't you, Gary?
I sure do.
Las Vegas, Nevada, we go. Hello, Janet. Your turn.
Hey, I'm a big, huge fan of your guys. So I also wanted to say that I was on my way home and I heard you talking about FedEx drivers. Now, I work for FedEx, and we deal with a lot of international packages, so now I'm worried.
You have not. You obviously have not been notified of anything, but I did get an email from a truck driver who said he was told this.
Okay, so what should I look for? Because I'm at home right now, so I can't hear the radio. But what should I look for?
Well, I don't know if rank and file. This was not a truck driver for Federal Express, but I'm not sure rank and file employees of FedEx are going to get notification. This was merely. FedEx is one of the first companies that FEMA will turn to for instant deliveries, obviously, because you're trained to do that.
I think what she's trying to say, as maybe a FedEx employee handling packages, so on and so forth, what should she do, which is...
Well, but they're not handling the virus.
Well, they may be. Somebody can cough into their hand and touch the box, and the virus is on it. The same thing with vegetables. If you get vegetables, make sure everything's washed well, because somebody who has the flu may have handled the vegetables. So your answer to the question is, if you're handling boxes and stuff at this point, I'd wear gloves.
I'm going to an event in San Diego this weekend. Do I shake people's hands down there?
I'd wear a mask on the plane. Yeah, you can shake hands. You're just going to have to wash.
I'm taking a car this time.
You're going to have to be monk.
Okay, next up, let's go to Independence, Iowa. No, it should be Independence, Missouri. Aren't you, Mary?
Well, it most certainly is, George.
That's what I thought.
Yes, sir. Well,
we won't blame anybody.
Oh, there you go.
Because I caught it.
Oh, good. Because, Truman would probably get mad.
That's somebody.
Well, the reason why I called, I had to call. When we had that scare with the swine flu in the early 80s,
yes,
right?
I remember that. What a debacle that turned out to be.
Well, let me tell you what happened to me. And now, George, I don't take any kind of flu shots at all, and I'm 67. What happened to me was I got that shot. Well, later on, I say in about 5 months or so, I got rheumatoid arthritis because of that shot.
I believe that.
I swear to God, George. And the young man that's with you, when he said that he was going to wait, well, I'm not going to take it.